Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint.
All right, that might be the most ridiculous thing ever said on this program. Like he just said, "Sorry, I'm going to get some cheeks after this." My man, you're on CNN being interviewed about a sexual predator and you're going to make jokes about getting cheeks after this. All right, and for our third headline, celebrities refuse to call out Diddy. All right. This is a continuation of the Diddy story we've been covering the past few weeks. And yeah, it seems ever since that Diddy apology and the Cassie tape came out last week, celebrities have still been keeping quiet. This week we've had some celebrities be interviewed about the tape, and let's go ahead and check out what they had to say.
Thanks for being here. First, when you saw that.
All right, so for context, this is CNN interviewing rapper Cameron about the Diddy case. And first of all, Cameron doesn't look like he wants to be here. And second of all, he's gonna bring up the fact that like he's not sure who booked this interview because he wasn't here for a Diddy interview. So that's pretty funny. Like, I'm not sure why CNN got Cameron out of all people to interview about the Diddy Cassie situation, but I guess because he's a rapper and Diddy's a rapper, that makes him qualified to speak on this. But let's go ahead and check it out.
Video of Diddy, Cassie in that hotel. Did you recognize that Sean Combs?
What I want to say, first of all, when I seen the video, everything in the video was egregious. I'm against. I don't support all the charges that's alleged against him. I don't support any of that trafficking, minors, domestic violence. I'm totally against it. So when I seen the video, yeah, I was kind of upset with it. Being that I know him, he's not necessarily a friend, but yeah, I was upset when I seen it. But
did you recognize
everything
him?
I just said.
Did you recognize that kind of anger at all from your experiences?
I don't know him like that. What did you mean? Do I be recognized? Did I recognize him? I seen him. What do you mean my experiences? I seen him and I thought it was disgusting. I didn't do a zoom in to see if it was really him or nothing, but he admitted it was him. So yeah, it was him.
So I'm not exactly sure what the reporter is trying to like get out of Cameron here, because it's like I said, he doesn't have a relationship with Diddy. Like, why are they interviewing this man about Diddy? Like, what's he supposed to say? Like, yeah, it was bad.
What did you think about the apology that he gave in that other video?
Ain't me for this. The apology ain't for me to decide, for Cassie. What I think about it don't matter. He ain't do nothing to me. Cassie need to ask Cassie if she accept the apology. I told you how I feel. I said what I said.
All right, so this does start a trend of like rappers kind of avoiding talking bad about Diddy. Like, notice he's like, oh well, it's not up to me to accept the apology. It's up to Cassie. Like you can still you can still think it's disgusting. You can call it out for what it is, Cameron. You don't have to, like, he's trying to be politically correct, or like he's obviously not trying to take sides, but like it's okay to take sides sometimes.
I want to play a conversation that you had on your podcast back in September with Mace. Mm-hmm. Listen.
Yeah.
When you had your record deal, why did you take me to Biggie Smalls and not Bad Boy?
Man, it's almost gonna bring me to tears to say this. I just, being that I saw you as such a good friend, I wanted to put you with somebody I knew with.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. A lot of people ask me that on Instagram, man. Don't have me just out here crying and shit, man. I don't want to get emotional in here, man.
Instantly, I knew Biggie would do right by you.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that? I mean, is there something known in the industry about how Diddy treated his artists?
So I'm going to get some cheeks after this horsepower joint. All
All right, that might be the most ridiculous thing ever said on this program. Like he just said, "Sorry, I'm gonna get some cheeks after this." My man, you're on CNN being interviewed about a sexual predator, and you're gonna make jokes about getting cheeks after this. That's just so distasteful.
I'm just going off what Mace said. Mace took me to Biggie. I don't really know Puffers like Mace know Puff. So I appreciate what Mace said. And of course, that's my brother. So if he felt that way, then he felt that way. I can't really tell you how Puff moves or anything like that. Mace may know better than me because he was signed to Puff. I wasn't. But my show does come on at 8 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. It's called It Is What It Is. And y'all make sure y'all check it out. I mean, I might get some more information out of Mace from there. But for me to tell you how Puff act and all that, I don't know. I never was signed to him.
Yeah. What about the industry in general? I mean, so many people have pointed out that Diddy couldn't get away with this stuff if there weren't a lot of people protecting him. Do you think that's the case?
Who the talent agent for this joint? Like, you think I'll be sitting around watching what Diddy do and all this? I didn't know this was a Diddy joint that y'all invited me to. Yo, who booked me for this joint? Wow, and I'll be sitting around watching Diddy and all that. Yeah,
thanks.
Man, come on, man.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your time.
I mean, he does have a point. Like, why did you guys book him for this interview? Like, this guy is no expert on Diddy. Like, this isn't even a rapper who was signed to Diddy. Like, that's what he's like trying to say. Like, he wasn't signed to Diddy or anything. So I don't understand why they booked him. And like that podcast clip they played, like, is that the reason they booked him? Because like Mace mentioned like almost signing to Diddy. Like, it's super. Like, this lady deserves to be embarrassed. Like, for like.
Yo, thank you for having me. You enjoy.
And I'm not sure if.
All right, so this right here is Charlamagne the God on The View, and they're about to ask him about Diddy, and let's see what he has to say.
You want to answer this, but what are your thoughts on everything going on with Diddy right now?
I think when it comes to that situation, man, I think we shouldn't focus on the individual. We should focus on the issue. Because I think what happens a lot of times is, because of the celebrity, we get lost in talking about the celebrity and not talking about the actual issue. The issue is domestic violence.
Yep,
right. The issue is exactly what I just said about, men not going to do the proper work on themselves, and they're dealing with a lot of pain and a lot of hurt and unhealed trauma, and they're projecting that pain and that.
All right, so before I let Charlamagne continue, I have to say I disagree with what he's saying here. Like, they're asking him about Diddy, and he's like, oh, Diddy's not the issue. Like, this is the issue, like domestic violence. Like, no, we can call Diddy a bad guy. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, yeah, domestic violence is an issue, but specifically in this instance, we're talking about Diddy. Diddy is the issue. Like, so for him to like turn it around to be like, oh, it's actually this bigger thing. Like, yeah, but like we can, like, the conversation we're having now isn't about domestic violence. It's about specifically Diddy and his domestic violence.
That hurt on the other people. The issue is patriarchy, right? Because as long as you have a system where men feel superior to women and they're dealing with that pain and they're dealing with that hurt, they're going to project that. We're going to continue to project that onto our women. So I think those are the issues that we should be discussing as opposed to talking about the individual. And we tend to do that a lot as a society. Yeah. We get lost in the celebrity of things as opposed to, okay, what are we here for?
Because it's clickbait.
Yeah.
It's clickbait.
Like, Diddy brings the engagement. But right now, as I'm talking, there's a woman out there getting beat up by a man, right? And she's not going to get no news coverage. Nobody.
All right, Charlamagne, yeah, there might be a girl out there getting beat up right now. But guess what? How disrespectful would it be if like she tries to like, bring her case to the news and stuff, and then you guys are just like, well, we can't focus on this specific case. We have to look at domestic violence as a whole. Like, you look at domestic violence as a whole by evaluating each case individually. Like, come on.
Nobody's going to talk about her.
We should say the name of Cassie, the survivor of the domestic violence.
Yes.
Let's talk more about her.
Absolutely. Just talk about the issue, Priya. Let's talk about the actual issue and not the individual.
When it comes to us, it doesn't seem.
That's so disrespectful. Let's talk about the issue, not the individual.
To be
like what Charlamagne is championing for is the Me Too movement. Like, we just got past the Me Too movement, and like what Charlamagne is saying is, oh, we gotta go back to that, like to just like Like he doesn't understand.
The thing we think, amplified is the right word.
Hey, Common. Wonderful to
All right, so this right here is TMZ interviewing Common and the rapper Common, and they're about to ask him about Diddy. And once again, this guy's gonna like avoid the question.
Steve, how are you? Do you think that you might be proposing to Miss J Hud anytime soon?
Man, I got a new album coming.
You do?
I'm proposing to this music. Like me and Pete Rock got a new album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's dropping.
When do we expect it?
It's in the summer.
Okay.
But right now, it's a single coming out called Wise Up. So look out for that. I'm proposing to that.
I mean, Common, I don't know who's checking for new Common music in 2024.
Can we just ask you one question? Obviously, you've seen the horrible stuff with P. Diddy. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I haven't seen that. I don't like looking at a lot of things that, I don't watch videos of things that I feel won't bring the right energy for me. But, God bless to me.
What a lame thing to say. Like this guy was caught on camera like physically assaulting a woman, and this guy can't even like denounce that. Like he can't say anything negative. He's just gonna like pretend he doesn't know what's going on. Like, oh, I keep away from that kind of negativity. Like, Common, what if that was like your sister or your mother? Like, and then people that know her were like, oh, well, we try to stay out of the negativity. Like, it's okay to choose sides.
I don't watch those, so I can't. I'm about love, you know that. I'm about peace, so
And I hate when they use the love and peace thing to deflect. Like that's what Diddy does too. Like Diddy's been saying this whole time, "Oh, I'm Mr. Love, I'm Mr. Peace." And like behind the scenes, he's the complete opposite. So like these are like trigger words for me when people say things like, "Oh, I'm just about love and peace, man." Like that tells me that they're hiding some skeletons in their closet. That's what that tells me.
Like respecting human beings. So that's one thing. No matter who you are, I feel like that's something that I demand and expect and want to be. So.
Do you feel like he should get a second chance in music, or should we not be listening to him anymore?
Let me say this. I'm not like I don't have authority or like I'm a child of God, so I don't believe.
All right, Common, then don't answer the question then. Like, don't answer the question. Like, if you're going to sit on the fence, don't answer the question.
I have the position of power to judge or decide if someone deserves this or not. That's, like, between the creator and...
Like, right here, you just ruined any chance of anyone listening to your album. Like, now I don't want to listen to your album. I don't want to listen to your album after this.
I just try to be as good a person as I can be and be as loving and respectful to others. And I'm not perfect, but I try to do right. But look out for that new music. Keep spreading love. We need love.
Yeah, we're not looking out for it.
Thank you, Common.
Yeah, good luck spreading the love. All right, like, Common pissed me off there.
Introducing the Late Night Show with your host, Cuddy Bino. Live streamed every Sunday night at midnight. Search Cuddy Bino on YouTube to catch the first episode.